So Rock, I'm a father of 3. You guys know this, right? So how is being a fatherhood? So is it?
Woo!
Is it? Oh, you ain't got. Yeah,
Go ahead, go.
Before he said, ask him the question, and I'm gonna say something before he answers.
Okay.
You waited. Was that what you intended to do, or was it?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. You know,
Let me say this before he says that. You want him raising a child.
Absolutely.
He's the type of person you want. His child is going to be a benefit to this world.
Yeah.
And then when he hit me up and asked me to be the godfather to his kid,
Yeah.
I know how important.
You all right?
He lost his father.
Yeah.
I lost mine.
I lost mine. I lost my mother. So I couldn't be happier.
That was beautiful.
So
that was
answer the
beautiful.
question.
Woo! All right, so.
You got to follow that, nigga.
Yeah.
You got to follow that.
So,
But the scent of your perfume was still in the air. It reminded me of us still being there. But baby, you're not there, waiting for me. No, it's not, it's not. Ooh, baby, it's not the same.
my son's name is Charleston Daniel Wesley Rock. Charleston, after my brother Charles, who passed away when I was just getting into this game. I had just started making some money in the business, and my brother passed away. And I'm gonna jump around for a few seconds if you allow me.
I asked you.
So I believe, everybody can believe what they want to believe as far as the afterlife and the Most High and God or whatever. So I believe that the Most High will test you from time to time.
Yeah.
The Most High will say to you, like, you really believe you want to do this, you want to be a comedian or whatever, you really in on this? Well, I'm going to take this person out your life to see if you really dedicated to that thing. I'm going to take this person to see your dedication to that. So my brother passed away when I was just getting into business. Like, just started making some money, just started making a name for myself. My hero, my brother, gone. He was my oldest brother. My father had him when he was 15 years old. My father had a son when he was 15 years old. So my oldest brother was like 20 years older than me. So growing up, I had 2 dads. I had my dad, who taught me hard work, respect your mother, take care of your family, the stuff that a man teaches you. Then I had my brother that taught me, hey man, make sure your nails are clean and you iron your shirt and you don't never put your hands on a female and you talk to a girl like this and you never, stuff like that, the cool stuff that my brother could teach me. So my brother passed away, I was like fucked up. My dad passed away, I was depressed for a few years. I was in a funk, I was in a fog, I didn't know, I was out of it. I was still living, and I remember it because people that saw me would say, yo, you okay, man? Like, you all right? Because I looked the same aesthetically, but I wasn't the same person.
Yeah.
So my son's name is Charleston as a dedication to my brother Charles, and as a dedication to Charleston, South Carolina, where my family got off the boat as slaves.
Oh, shit.
We got off the boat in Charleston, South Carolina. We were slaves. We were in chains. We were in bondage for hundreds of years. Our culture, our names, our everything stripped away from us. So my son is the full circle of that. He's Charleston because now he's going to be those slaves that got off that boat. He's going to be their wildest dreams come true. Whereas they got off the boat in bondage, he's going to return that name to greatness. That's why he's Charleston.
Beautiful.
So it's weird that you said that because I didn't plan on waiting. When I was younger, I thought to have a kid at like 25 would be so cool.
Yeah.
So that when I'm 50, he'll be 25 and we could still be kind of friends. But it just didn't play out like that. And my older brother Charles always taught me to never, go raw and don't do that, because you don't want to. He would always show me his friends that had kids young. Yeah. He would tell me, like, yo, this is his boy Ray. Yo, Ray had a kid when he was 25 years old, 30 years old. Look at the shit he going through now. My man Mike had a kid when he was 20 years old. Look at the shit he going through now. So it made me say to myself, like, I never want to be in that situation where I'm fighting with a mother. I'm not really stable financially. So then I did the fallback and started being really, really cautious about the possibility that I could have a child. Once you start fucking, you should be prepared to have a child.
Absolutely.
The day you become sexually active, you should ask yourself, am I ready to take care of a child? Because it could happen. So I was, all right, let me be careful. So the baby came when I was in a position to do better for a child, for another human being. Yeah. He is my whole life. Like, I never thought that it would happen that fast. The baby's born and I'm holding him and it's like, yo.
Nothing else.
Everything just changed that fast. Like, that fast, it was like, I don't even matter now. Like, I'm telling you, I don't matter. This is all that matters to me right now. I just told Rube earlier, we was talking outside while y'all was setting the cameras up. Yeah. I'm setting up various streams of income that I can make money while I'm doing nothing. Yeah. So stocks is like, now we on 10 with the stocks now. So I can make money while I'm chilling with the baby. And my Amazon stuff is going crazy. So I can make money while I chill with the baby. Because all that matters to me now is to pour everything I know into this baby. Yeah. Because I'm creating something and I'm leaving something. I'm going to be gone one day. The reality is I'm going to be gone one day sooner than he wants. So now it's a race against time to make sure he has everything that he needs before I go. Yeah. He knows everything he needs to know before I go. And that's what it is. And I told Rube, because Rube is one of the dopest people I know, not comics. Like, fuck comedy. If we could never do stand-up again after today, we would still be this close. Yeah. Gotcha. So I knew that if I left, unfortunately, most high willing, I'm here for a long time. But if anything happens to me, I know he's gonna raise that baby the same exact way that I would raise that baby.
And let me tell you, and that's big, because I just figured out the purpose of me doing Alpha Nation, me doing the Alpha Male brand. I got a granddaughter.
Congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it. So, shit that I used to do, careless moves. Right. You can't do it. Because in my family, you had to leave a legacy. Like my dad left us, right? So the crazy shit was when it was like, yo, I got a granddaughter. I got 3 boys. 8 nephews. Yeah. 3 nieces, I'm sorry. And then for me to have, because I think I wanted a boy, a grandson. But this little girl looked just like Grady. Wow. Got the widow peak, the mean eyes. And when I seen her, I was like, all right, I got to do this all over. So I'm daddy again. Yeah. Because you got to be able to fulfill those shoes, which this is my lineage here.
And you know what's interesting is, I always, like, all through growing up, I always hear like, oh, that's my godson, that's my goddaughter. And some people don't take that seriously.
Yeah, no.
Black folks take it seriously.
And for me, and especially for my culture, and the type of father that I had, like when Tone sent me that message, because it just literally feels like, yo, he had a son, I had a son. Mm-hmm. And if anything were ever to happen to Tony, God forbid, that I'm going to be there for that child to raise it as my own. Mm-hmm. And that's a big responsibility. That's why in a lot of cultures, like, it's like, yo, man, they ask permission, like, hey, would you consider, because
That's why I sent you the text. I didn't want to just tell him, like, yo, oh, by the way, you the godfather. I sent him a text like, hey, man, I'm asking you to be the godfather. I'm saying to you that how you were raised by your parents and the characters you have exemplifies, I can't remember everything I said, but I was like, your character exemplifies something that I want my son to follow. A pattern I want my son to follow. How you treat people that can't do anything for you, shows your character. What you have learned and your ambition to be mindful of other people and your zest for knowledge and how you read and how you study is something I want my son to see and emulate.
Yeah.
So if God forbid anything happens to me, I want you to be a person to say, yo, your dad's going, I got you.
Yeah.
And that's big because you that's y'all brothers.
We brothers, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
We
I'm
brothers
finding out
for real.
today y'all brothers.
No,
I know
we
y'all-
brothers for real.
I know y'all close because I was
Yeah.
like, okay, now I understand why he's always at the show. I understand that. you
That's
know?
the thing. He does Ruby Tuesdays. I'm on the show
He be
once.
on the show.
I'm on the show once every two. Look, I don't even. He doesn't even book me.
Yeah, he'll be there.
I'll just
show
get.
up.
I'll get there one night. And he'll go, yo, Rock, I need you. All right, let's go.
But yeah,
He don't have to book me, but I'm there every Tuesday because I have to support. It's like, yo, what the fuck else was I gonna do?
And that's a good thing because a lot of cats don't understand what support really is. Support is not when it benefits you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Benefits your friend, your brother, your comrade, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what's missing.
Yeah.
And that you two guys here, and now it come full circle because
Yeah.
I was like, me and you already did Alpha Nation. But I was like,
I'm in the house on a Tuesday night. Wifey cooked up a nice meal, ate, sat there, turned the TV on. And she
I
goes,
didn't even expect him to show up.
Sit there, turn the TV on, like some shit I DVR'd and I
Yeah.
want to see, like, oh, I've been getting to this movie. And she'll go, you're not going to Ruby Tuesdays? Like, oh, shit, it's Tuesday? Oh, never mind, stop that. Let me go. I got to get ready. Like,
And
I
I
just,
think
I need to be there.
Yeah.
and that's a good thing because when you there for your comrades, that gives him strength.
Yes. And it's
And I give
'Cause
notes.
you don't need-
No,
you-
but I give notes. I come like, yo, son, you got to do.
But
Yeah,
if you
and
look
it's-
at it, it gives, and then I want to hear what you got to
yes,
say.
absolutely, absolutely.
It gives him, Grady, whomever you touched, Garrett Dixon with his products, Joe Fox, everybody was like that was up under Rock or around Rock. I don't want to say up under, but everybody was around him.
right.
Everybody was around you. It gives you the real support. You don't need 1,000 motherfuckers.
Nah,
You just need one.
no. And
Outside of the
They
immediate
say,
family.
what's the saying? If you have one real friend in life, if you have one real friend in your
Talk
life,
that shit.
Yeah.
you win it.
And I will say this, and it goes back to what I said earlier about separating friendship
Yeah.
from respect of the craft.
Yeah.
One thing about Tone with me, even if I don't like to hear it, and with me with Tone, even like iron sharpens iron.
All day.
And there's been many times it's like, I'll never forget this, and you don't even remember this. I remember I did a showcase, and I was nervous. You know, sometimes you get nervous at
I'm
a showcase.
always nervous for the show.
Yeah. I had my hand in my pocket.
Oh, I remember that.
See
I
how
remember
mad
that.
he getting
I
right now?
remember that, boy.
And I had a decent set. I didn't have the set I should have had.
You didn't have the guitar set.
Yes.
Right.
Got you.
And I got off stage, he's like, you know, you get off stage, you want people to pat you on
I
your
couldn't
back.
run on stage while he was performing, so I had to wait for him to get off.
Yeah.
But by then it was too late.
Yeah.
To give my note. But go ahead.
And I got off stage, and you know when you get off stage, and you know as a comedian how well you did or not, so I know I didn't do as well as I wanted to do.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck. Tone's like, nigga, take your hand
Get
out
your
your
fucking
motherfucking
hand out your pocket.
He was
He had the
mad.
mic in his hand. He was like this. So you know, and it's like you're not
it
really
was
into
a nervous.
You're not
it
into
was-
it. I don't know
yeah.
if I fucked the camera angle.
No,
but-
you
Yeah,
did. Look,
yeah.
come on.
He was like, yeah, so you know, and that's not Rube. That's not him.
That's
not
not
me.
him.
That's a crutch.
not him.
That's a
Yeah.
crutch. That's like
Yeah.
I'm nervous and I'm showing I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm in the back of the room like, yo, get your fucking hand out. But I can't run on stage like, and then he gets up like, yo, I'm like, yo, get your fucking hand out your pocket.
He was mad. So imagine having a mediocre set, and then your best fucking friend comes and fucking shits on you
Yeah.
more.
And like, yo, I get it.
Yeah, you like, yo, I understand, I never do it. And then Tony Rock, I like, yo, Rock, come on, man. Yeah, you right, Rube.
Yeah.
Yo, and that's how we are, dude.
So-
I root for him like I root for Rube like I root for myself. Like I not even root for myself, but I wish for Rube the shit I wish for myself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The stuff you think when I go on an audition, I go, yo, if I get this part, man, it's gonna be life changing. I'm the same way for him.
Yeah.
If he say, yo, I got an audition tomorrow, the next day I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Like, yo, did you get a call back? Did they call you? I wish for him everything. I wish the best for Rube. Rube is the best, man. I wish everything. I wish the
and
greatest for
what's
him.
dope about Alpha Nation, man,
Okay.
is
Speak on it.
we're all alpha males
Of course.
here.
Yeah.
And it shows sometimes like people don't think that we're supportive of each other like there's no sensitivity there, like we're these hardened men, but
Right.
we're men first.
Or they think to be an alpha, you gotta be like, I don't got no feelings. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
And I
that
hope
dumb
this shows people that integrity and character surpasses everything.
Yeah.
And what Alpha Nation is really about is about integrity and character, not being a bitch ass nigga.
That's it.
You know what I mean? That's what it's really
That's it.
about.
If
and
you
no
know
matter
you did wrong, you say I did wrong.
Come
That's
on,
it.
man. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We hold each other accountable. Rube, you could have did better than that. Tone, come on, man. Dude, you forgot that line, dude. How many times
Right,
we got to
right,
talk about
right.
that? You know what I mean? And then the trust factor. Like when we worked all deaf together, man, when Tone called me in, it was like, yo, I'm hosting.
Yeah, when
you know,
I
Def
saw
Jam.
y'all together, I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Ruben writing. Oh shit.
It's a dream
okay.
team.
The good thing about it is, cats really want to see other cats win, right?
Yes.
And so that's why I came up with like sit down.
Some of us.
Some of us.
No, no,
Yeah.
well,
Some of us.
Some of us.
Some of us play like they want to see each other win, and then in the background they're like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
The
true.
good thing, so when I sat down and said, I got to have something during COVID, and I was like, all right, sat down with the team and said, this is what I got to do. Call the cat, Owen, who owns this, Miracle Theater. And I was like, yo, I need it. He's like, come on, Grady. I don't know if that's his voice, but he was like, come on, Grady.
Where is he?
That's good. He over here somewhere. He's somewhere here. But I said,
Come on, Grady. You say,
he's like, come on, Grady.
Yeah, Grady. Yeah. Come on, Grady. Hey, fuck you, Copper. Hey, Flatfoot. You're a Flatfoot. Beat it, Copper.
Right? So I said,
Beat your feet, Copper.
so I said, this is what I
Hey,
need to do.
Toots. She's a good dame. She sucks a mean hullabaloo.
So I said, I need some for me. So I want to make sure that I get respectable cats that truly respect Grady.
Yes.
Because I know when the camera on, everybody gonna be who they want.
Right.
I hand pick. I don't have a booker booking these cats because you guys are the template from now on.
Right.
And I'm saying respectable dudes is like, yo, we rock with Grady.
Yeah.
That's why I go get the cats that I book on YouTube and Quake and all that type of stuff. So
Thanks for having us.
hey man, I appreciate it.
And
So-
you know what? If I may stop you for 1 second.
Come on.
Quake, you sent me the link. You sent me the link to Quake interview. You sent me the link.
That was my
To familiarize
reason.
myself with what it was.
That was my reason to get the nigga here. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. That's
He
what I
sent me-
did. I
He
sent
said,
him
here's
the
the link if you want to see what it's about. And he sent the link to him and Quake. Which is the reason why I said I got to get at least a little dressed up. Because
Yeah.
Because you got the nice kicks on.
Quake had on sweatpants and a hoodie. I was like, nigga, you ain't got nothing. Did you see what Grady had on?
You should have seen his face when he saw me dressed. But go ahead. I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, no. Now that but when I got here, you changed outfits.
Yeah, I did.
So what you had on earlier, I
Yeah.
thought that's what you was gonna wear. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm good. Now you wouldn't change. So I'm like, next time, nigga,
got the hard
what?
bottoms
Look,
on.
next time, what?
didn't read the
Look at my
text.
face. Look at my face. Next time, what?
Yeah.
Watch
Look,
what
he
I
didn't
wear.
read the text. I said, come, camera ready. But
Yo,
I forgot.
this
'Cause
camera
I
ready.
that's camera
This
ready.
camera ready, but
Yeah.
that's camera ready.
Yeah.
So next time,
Watch.
I'm
So
gonna have a hat box with me. Pull the hat out right
I
on
want
you. like-
all that, right?
Yes.
So here's the thing, right?
But no, I want to say this. I didn't make my
Go
point.
ahead, come on.
So Quake, when I was watching the clip you sent me about Quake said, "You're important." You remember when Quake said that?
Yeah.
Quake said before they even got into the interview. Quake said, "Man, let me say something real quick. You're important."
Okay.
And he said because it's Alpha Nation, it's the alpha male thing you promote, and we living in a time where just being a man is not 100% supported anymore. For whatever reason why, we're not
Yeah.
gonna go there, but just being a dude that says this is what I stand on, and this is what I believe in, and this is what I hold true to myself is not entirely supported anymore. To say
Alpha.
to say this is how I look, this is what I do, this is how I talk, and I'm not making any apologies for it.
Yeah.
It's not entirely supported anymore. If you don't have a certain sensitivity towards some shit that you might not even believe in,
Yeah.
then you're vilified. You're
Yeah.
vilified.
True.
The last
Right?
alpha male in stand-up was Andrew Dice Clay.
Really?
Watch stand-up.
Nah, I don't know if I
No,
agree
no,
with
no,
that.
wait,
I don't know if I
hold
agree
on.
with that.
I'm not saying, okay. They put out here, not saying that, because when we get on this mic, when we get the mic in our hand, we get the stage.
Right.
Most of us We're talking about others. Okay? So Andrew Dice Clay was the last alpha because he didn't give two shits about being accepted. Right?
Well, I think Dave Chappelle is like that in that space right now.
No. I don't know Dave, so I'm not talking about OG.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying for me, when I seen Ruben Paul.
What he was doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
Comedically.
saying we don't give a fuck. If that's like he said, crackers and all that, that's how he felt. Don't tell him not to say that.
Yeah.
Not you, but I'm saying,
Right,
they'll
right.
vilify, they're like, I don't know that shit. Who gives a fuck? Who cares, right? Because we look in the Webster's dictionary, it's all type of words we don't know about, and it might be demeaning to the next person. So I said, okay, that's my lane. No one is gonna do it.
But I think as a comic, just by virtue of being a comic, we're all in that lane of this is what I stand on, I believe this,
you're a good
and I'm
comic.
not backing up.
Yeah.
I say this all the time.
If you're a good comic.
Look,
If you're a good
TMZ,
comic.
He said if you're a good comic.
TMZ catches me at the airport all the time.
Yes, they
Yo,
do,
you said this, and I go, yo, I'm not making no apologies for anything I say. I'm a comic.
With men.
I have the liberty to say whatever the fuck I want by
We're
virtue
men.
of just being under the banner of comic.
Yeah.
Then also,
Yeah.
to go on above that,
Yes.
comic, I get to say what I want to say. But also, man, I get to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck. I get to say what I
The
want to say.
crazy thing
so
is-
it's very many labels that we
True.
under, that we go, the banners that we under, that we get to say whatever we want to say. I think when a comic
Come on.
says, I have to back up from what I really believe or back up off this thing I said, you doing yourself a disservice
Disservice.
as a comic.
Yeah.
So if you say, so I'm not disagreeing with neither one of you. You guys both know, Root, Tone, you already know, when we get on there, it's black men. We're not seen as white comics.
Right.
Okay?
But that's society. It's society.
But I'm saying-
as a black man in society, black announces itself before anything.
all day long.
But
All
black,
day long. Yes.
yo, you hear
100%.
when you
Anything to
black,
be
you
black,
pull
yeah.
the door and walk in, they hear black
Yeah,
before
real
you
loud.
say a word
Yeah.
to change their opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you show your bank account to change their opinion.
Yeah.
Before you see that you have a corporation and you have employees to change their opinion. But when you walk in that door, black
All day.
is the first thing they see.
So by me being polarizing, just like everybody's like, you got a unique. Because most comics that I've seen, and I'm not saying that I haven't seen you do an hour, you know, I've seen you.
Yeah.
But when we get on stage, when we get on here, the crazy thing is we have to be toned down just a bit because we don't own the motherfucker. We don't, even though comedy is $1 billion fucking industry,
When
right?
you-
So wait.
Yeah.
So then if I said to you, okay, you niggas wouldn't be doing Alpha Nation if I wasn't respected on stage.
Truth.
Very true.
True.
Very true.
You wouldn't be you wouldn't be on Alpha Nation.
Because it wouldn't make sense to call it Alpha Nation if it wasn't somebody we thought was that embodiment.
Yeah.
If it
absolutely.
was, I was about to say a name.
Glad you did,
If it
nigga.
was so and so, and you say, yo, I want to have you on Alpha Nation, I would call Rube. This is how it worked, and you notice. I would call Rube and go, yo, so and so want us on a show called Alpha Nation. Yo, son, you doing that
Word.
shit? He go, I don't know. You doing it? Nigga, fuck, I'm not doing that shit.
That's
son.
why I started
Yo,
the conversation about we're here. You know, I made a joke about
Yo,
it
can we
because
take
we're
a
doing
pee
the-
break?
Yeah, I got to pee too. During the
See what you started, motherfucker.
I got to use the bathroom.
He did this shit last
Can
time.
we pause, nigga? I got to use
Piece
the
of
bathroom.
shit. Get your own,
nigga.
your own bladder ass niggas.
Where? Pee out here? Okay.
Yo.
You see what happened when you try to bring everybody
Is the bathroom
together?
back here?
It's good, Ron.
Oh, shit.
I hate these niggas.
Rude.
Old
I
ass
got pee
bladder
too, nigga.
niggas. Stopping the production. On gonna get mad at me. Hey man, y'all paying the taxes for on.
Look, and I got the hand sanitizer. And I got the hand
I got my own
sanitizer,
shit, too.
baby.
Ronnie, you should be getting it. Well, Ronnie ain't, she ain't here.
You better keep the camera rolling. This the good shit. This the good shit.
Oh, big
Niggas
bladder,
got-
motherfucker.
niggas
Niggas got
got-
a big bladder, motherfucker.
I was like, Grady was in mid-sentence, like, hey, nigga, we gotta pee, nigga.
What's funny, Tom was talking, I was like, yeah, nigga.
He was switching in the seat. Then you only get one drink. Then you drink.
Hold for edit. Continue. Let's pick it up right where we left off. Where was we at? What was the
No,
last
we
thing
gotta
you
wait
said?
till they come back.
Oh, they
Yeah,
left?
well-
They left?
No,
They
no.
had to pee too.
They had to
Yeah.
pee too.
You see what we doing, Isaiah? All right, bet. Isaiah
Man.
see it. Isaiah see
What's
it.
good? What's good?
That Ciroc was like, I gotta come out.
We, you good? All right, bet.
He's
Alpha Nation, bro.
There we go. See that? See? So, Tiff, I'm just gonna ask, let him answer, and then I'm gonna say, thank you. You know, once he
Oh,
gets.
that's the end? That's the last question?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she.
Well, shit, let's do what else you want to know before we go? Because I gotta let this alcohol way up before I can drive, motherfucker. Shit. So, you better keep that motherfucker rolling.
Where Tip at? Hey,
Tiff right there. Tiff right there. Come on up,
We
Tiff.
better get some pictures of this motherfucker. Nigga, get this motherfucking drip. Nigga, get this drip. You see these sneakers match this motherfucking sweater, nigga?
Hey, Tip.
You better get this, throw that
Tony
A in for
said he had
that
to
alpha.
pee. I was like, thank God it wasn't me who said it first. Because when I tell you I went holding it,
Shit, we gonna be in the parking lot for another 45 minutes.
Yeah, we are.
Shit.
Man, I swear to God.
yo, see,
Salute to the sound guy, Owen, the camera guy, Cullen.
Owen.
Thank
the man,
Rhonda.
yo.
Thank you guys.
why do you think talk show interviews be short?
Well, niggas can pee.
Niggas
We were
can
supposed to
pee.
do an hour, but we forgot.
How long we do?
Oh, really? You was like
How long
wrapping
we do,
up?
Owen?
Hilarious.
How long?
I thought we was doing 2 hours.
Yeah, I said
I
hour.
thought it was 2
How long-
hours.
I'm saying, how long are we?
Oh yeah, we go.
I want to say something.
He said hour and a half.
He want to make a point though. Rube want to make a point.
I want to make a quick. I
Move
wanna make a
your
quick-
hand sanitizer.
Who's that?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, that's my man over there.
All right, let's go. Okay, we gonna stop recording?
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Go, Rube. You said it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a.
Wait for the cameras.
Okay.
Cameras ready? Camera set? 3, 2,
I ain't got to
go.
say shit.
Wait, go.
Go ahead.
So, when we was talking about the whole alpha male thing,
Yeah.
and you know, you could address this, and I mean no disrespect if you don't fall in the same line, but you're talking to two men who adored their fathers,
Oh, absolutely.
who loved their fathers, who looked up to
I'm
their
named
fathers.
after mine. I walk just like him. I talk just like him.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
the theme, the alpha male
I'm Junior.
theme.
I'm Raymond Grady Jr.
Oh man, see,
Oh,
I didn't
wow,
know
wow.
that, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Junior, yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Respect to
No,
your father,
you
man.
good. Come on.
Respect to your father. He raised a great man.
Thank you.
So with the whole alpha male thing, I think we need to change the stereotype of what being an alpha male is. And one thing that I learned, and we talked about Little Haiti, and I was going to say this earlier, and it's a point that I wanted to make when Tone took you to Little Haiti, and you was like, these motherfuckers don't play around here. My parents came from Haiti to California. And I don't think most people understand
That's far.
how
That's far.
crazy that is.
That's
Even
far.
when I meet other Haitians, they're like, how did your family end
That's what I
up
said, that's far.
in California?
It's either New York
Because
or
they usually
Miami.
go to Miami and then they go to Miami for a little while,
Okay.
then go to New York.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, growing up with a father my father was hard on me. And me and Tone talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
And my father was very demanding, alpha male, no nonsense, and put Haitian on top of that. So, he and my mother stayed in California. I was born and raised in LA, and then when I went to college, my parents immediately moved to Miami. So I had lived in LA my whole life. My parents been there my whole life. And the minute I went to college, my parents sold the house and went to Miami. And when they went to Miami, they went to Little Haiti. No disrespect to Little Haiti. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Little Haiti. You've been
been.
to
Yeah, I've been. We
It's
was there.
the hood.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
And they good people.
And they're great people, wonderful people. But I grew up, I took Tony to my neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood which he compares to Queens. 2-story house, 5 bedrooms.
Oh, wow.
Front yard, backyard. If you drove around my neighborhood, you wouldn't think it was hood. But people got robbed, don't ask me why. And I remember going to visit my my parents in Miami. And when I went to go visit them after they had left LA, my father seemed different. My father just seemed like a different dude. He seemed happy,
Right.
more relaxed.
Right.
And part of me was like, oh, this is because I'm grown now, he's grown. He could treat me more like a friend
Yeah,
than a
yeah.
son. But that's in my head. But when he took me around Little Haiti and he went to the bank and the teller at the bank spoke Creole, and we went to the grocery store and the teller at the grocery store spoke Creole, and we went to a restaurant, because I used to have to order for my father when if we went to Denny's or if we went to we rarely went out to eat, but if we went out to eat, even if we went to a McDonald's drive-thru, I would have to order for my father because he wasn't comfortable speaking English with the heavy accent. And when I saw him in his own environment
Yeah.
and saw how he was just in a better mood, and it hit me that he sacrificed all those years being emasculated. Do you know how emasculating it has to be for your fucking child to have to order a meal for you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But
You know what I mean?
I
But
believe.
could you imagine? You know what I mean? If somebody asks you a question, your fucking 10-year-old child has to answer the question for your father, for an alpha male, but that sacrifice that he made so we can be raised in an environment that him and my mom want us to be raised in. And I just remember, because when you have a tough father, you got a little beef with him a little bit. Like, you know what I mean?
Leave me alone. I cut the grass already.
Yeah, man, I did all that. And just to be in Miami with him, in Little Haiti, and seeing him amongst his own people and seeing him being his true self, it really made me appreciate him more. And I wish he was alive for me to say, man, thank you, Pops. Like, I didn't even realize what you went through for us to stay in California. I didn't even
But do you
understand
think
it.
that him being hard on you is because he came from another country and he was trying to assimilate into this new country?
Yes.
So he knew the limited language I have, the limited capabilities I have in this country are holding me back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be hard on my son so that he doesn't have to be limited in any capacity.
Yeah.
And he can, excel in this new
Excel,
country we're
yeah.
in.
So
So I got to be hard on him to make sure I'm going to be hard on Charleston.
Yeah.
Just because I know,
Absolutely.
because I know how hard the world is, how hard America is.
True.
I'm going to be on him. Listen, everybody ain't your friend. These kids that are in class with you,
Yeah.
they ain't your friends.
Yeah.
The kid that said, yeah, we could hang out at my house. When you leave, he's probably talking about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
The kid that has his father and his mother, or the kids that don't have a father and a mother,
Yeah.
or mother have one missing. They're going through some shit. So you have to have empathy for them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you're growing up with a mother and a father, so you have to realize that
Truth. I
there's a
didn't think about
different
that.
standing for where you are compared to the people that are doing better and the people that are doing worse.
Yeah. True.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
if your dad, if you in Creole, what would you say to him?
Oh, man, you ain't gonna get me to go there.
Why not?
You ain't gonna get me crying on
No,
alphabet,
I'm
man.
just saying. You just you listen. Let me tell you something. Men of honor, a son never forgets.
Yeah.
Your daddy was a son. You understand?
Yeah.
Your dad was a son. Tony was a son. Grady was a son. All the men in here was once son.
The son. Yeah. True.
Right?
My dad was the
Yeah.
firstborn son of 15 siblings.
That's right.
My dad, the
That's
oldest
right.
of 15. My dad, the brother that 14 other siblings looked to and said, what are we gonna do?
So
How are we gonna handle this?
Wow.
So-
that's right.
you're not alone, right? The purpose of Alpha Nation is to bring people together.
Yeah.
No bullshit. It doesn't
Real talk.
matter if you're white, Italian, black, Asian. We all have the same fears.
Yeah.
We all have the same thoughts, and we want to provide, right? So don't feel bad about that's how you feel about your
Yeah.
dad, right? Because
Yeah,
he's looking down on you and pulling you out of situations that you don't even know, right? So if you was to say to daddy in Creole, well, he understands you, what would you say?
I mean,
In Creole.
it would be hard to say it in Creole, but ultimately, dude,
Say thank you.
it'd be messy. Thank you.
Thank you. Done.
It'll be that simple because I'll tell you a quick story and then we can move on. We all talked about how hard my father was. When I decided to do comedy, like my parents didn't have to pay for college because I was good enough to get a scholarship and go play ball.
Salute.
And I remember I had started doing comedy. And my father was kind of indifferent with it. And my mom didn't really understand it because my parents are very simple people.
Yes.
And like my mom didn't wear makeup, the whole nine,
Yeah.
very religious.
Yeah.
And my parents' whole mantra in life was to help others. My parents were missionaries. A lot of people don't know that. My parents were missionaries. And when my parents came to America, their whole goal was, once we make some money, we're going to go back to Haiti and help the people in Haiti. So my father had an orphanage in Haiti, always took food and clothes to Haiti every single year. So that's what I grew up
So that's
under.
why you like that.
Yeah, so that was the example
Okay.
that was set for me.
Yeah.
And I remember going to visit my father. My father was hard on me, whatever, would never, like, you know, for him to pat me on my back and tell me good job would be a lot. So I remember sitting in the car, my father had to go in and run an errand. So one of his Haitians, this is when I went to go visit him in Miami. So one of his Haitians partners came out and was like, "Oh, you're the comedian." And I said, "Yeah. How do you know?" He's like, "Oh, your father, he drive around with his tape, he show everybody." I said, "My father drives around with a tape and shows you," because I did BET Comic View.
Yeah,
That
okay.
was my
Yes, you
first-
did.
I was like 6 months into comedy when I did BET Comic View. So I got TV early in my career, before I even should have been on TV.
I seen it.
But my father carried around this tape and used to show his friends, but would never tell me this and would never tell my mother this. And I remember telling my mother, and she didn't even know that my father would do this.
That's
So he
beautiful.
was proud of his son, but
That's
he was
beautiful,
still on me to always strive and reach for more.
Yeah, he
So-
was proud of what you had done, but he was still like, I got to push him to even greater heights.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm proud of this level here, but
Yeah.
I see that level for him.
Yeah.
So I got to push him. I still got to push him.
That's big, man. And I think, you know, as fathers, me and you, eventually.
Yeah,
Coming soon.
coming soon.
Yeah, that's what I said, eventually.
Because my son needs a cousin to
Yes.
hang out with.
That's a we won't talk about that on this show, but yeah, it's coming soon.
My son needs a cousin to hang out with.
The crazy thing is, Alpha Nation isn't about who's not alpha. It's not about that.
Wow.
When I had to write my questions for you guys, we didn't get to answer nothing. I didn't get to answer.
Damn, I didn't even know we had questions. I thought we was just vibing.
No, but it's okay. It's
Okay, if we
Right.
have questions.
So the crazy thing, I ain't gonna say crazy. The good thing about Alpha Nation, when I did it, I said, okay, it's a bunch of sons out here without dads. Me
Where
and
your
you,
father?
Where your, yeah,
Where your
salute.
father?
Salute.
You ain't got no daddy.
Right.
Where your father?
And the reason why when I started doing it, I lost mine.
I didn't know that.
That's all I said.
I didn't know that.
So May 6th, 7th, I lost them. I was doing a show together in Oakland. Get the call. You gotta come home. I just put the last bread down to secure the spot, the show. The theater, Rep Theater, Black Rep Theater in Oakland. Berkeley, I'm sorry. I had to go home. And when you see your dad in a bed, and he's not watching the Westerns, and he's not watching Sports Center. My dad didn't watch CNN. My dad didn't watch none of that shit, right? To see him with a ventilator, life support, what do? I'm his namesake. I just stopped talking to him. He can't hear me, but my cousin tapping my mother, and we comics, we very observant. I was, oh shit, why she? His blood pressure going up. He's still there. The room got real warm. Real fucking warm. So when I'm talking to him, like, man, I got shows I'm about to do. You got to pull through. Who cares? If that's your hero, it's your hero. If your big brother Charles is your hero, it's your fucking hero. Your dad's your hero, that's your hero. I don't do that. I don't tell niggas like, nah, if you live in it, pain, it's a situation, you ain't getting out of this. So what do? You can't shake it off. You heard Tony say, downward spiral. You don't know what to do. Because the hero is gone. That's the fucking reason of Alpha Nation.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. My dad passed away.
I was gonna tell you to tell the story.
What?
That's when you went to go see your father.
My dad passed away. I went to the hospital. So he was in the hospital for a few days, quite a few days. And I would get off work, and we had a routine. It was like he was in there for. It must have been because, like I said, I was depressed, so I can't remember it. But it was like the whole family had a set routine. It was like I would get off work, go to the hospital, sit with him.
Yeah.
Somebody else would come and say, hey, okay, you can go to work, go home now, get some sleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here, and then somebody else is gonna come. I don't remember it. It's all.
I
was out of it. I was
understand.
gone.
I've been there.
I understand.
But I remember the day he passed, I went to the hospital. I was there, my uncles and my aunts are there, his brothers and sisters. And my mother was like, well, go home, go to grandpa's house and get your brother and sister and take them home and get them ready for bed because they got to go to school in the morning. So I go pick them up and at my grandfather's house, and I'm driving them back to our house.
Yeah.
And they call and say, when I get to my grandfather's house, they call, and, hey, they just called and said, you got to come back to the hospital. And I'm like, damn, I just left the hospital. Why do they want me to come back? Like, I'm taking my younger siblings home. I'm not going back to the hospital. I'm coming here to get them to go home. And they're like, no, they really want you to come back to the hospital. They said they can stay here and we'll go back. So I'm like, why do they want me to come back to the hospital? I just came. And I get back, and one of my family friends is standing outside like, yeah, I'll wash the car. You go inside. And I go inside, and my pops is there, laying there, and he's gone. They already pronounced he's gone. And he's just laying there. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. There's no protocol. There's no etiquette. There's no rule book. So I stare at him, and I stare at him, and I stare at him until somebody comes like, hey, man, just go home. And I was so out of it because this is, I don't know if your dad's like, my dad's Superman. It's Superman. You don't think Superman can ever die?
No.
So I'm like, I can't wrap my mind around the fact that he's gone. So I go home that night, and I don't know what to do. I'm literally up the whole night like this. In bed, like, can't sleep, can't eat. I don't know who to call with something so heavy. I can't call some chick I've been talking to and be like, so I literally sit in bed all night like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Till the sun comes up. And I'm still in a space where I don't know what to do. So you know what I do?
What?
I get up and I get dressed and I go to work the next day.
Go to work.
Because that's what I was doing.
That's what you know.
So I get to work and everybody's like, yo, Rock, what up? Yo, son, you people are talking to me normal and they going,
What's wrong?
you okay? Yo, you look different. And I'm like, nah, I'm fine. And I'm working. I'm actually doing my job. And people are walking past me like, you okay? You look different. And I'm like, and I don't know that I'm, like you said, I'm spiraling down. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going down. And for years, bruh, I was in a fog.
I think
I don't remember the year he passed till like 3 or 4 years later. I have no memory of anything that happened until like 3 or 4 years later when I was like,
It's correct. Yeah.
and my baby sister, Andy. That's why me and Andy so close. Because I remember one day I just looked at Andy, my baby sister, and I said, Dad would want me to take care of her.
The cool
Dad
thing
would want me to make sure she's good. And I kind of, like,
out.
let me get her good. Let me make sure she's good. And
So-
that's when I started.
If you when you started saying I'm gonna take care of sister, Ruben said I gotta do what I gotta do, right? Let me show y'all something. When you have a situation like that happen, I remember vividly. I don't forget nothing, right? You get in the room. We all been there. Daddy's in the bed. I didn't say father. I said daddy. So I made it human, right?
Dad, yeah.
Because I want you to remember, but this daddy right now. This is the strongest man you ever seen in your life.
In your life.
Yeah.
If you lucky to have one. Daddy's in the bed. He's not coming back. Right? If we knock on the wood. So let's just say, once they pronounce him dead, that's how hard he is in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? So, family, work. I waited till I was 35 for him to tell me he was proud of me. 35. You know what I did? Oh my, I came back to LA with so much energy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to take over my lane. Not the world, my lane. Right?
Yeah.
Pookie calls, come do chocolate sundaes. Call my people like, I can't do it. Cool. Pookie calls back again. What's up, you in town? Yeah, I'm back in town. After he's gone. Funeral, everything. My dad's 2 favorite holidays are Memorial Day and Christmas. It's his favorite holidays. Ron G is hosting Chocolate Sundays, a room that used to kick off with DJ Sidekick. That's my DJ for the tour. He said, man, you gotta go up. Okay. I'm fighting back tears because I got top pool, full. You know how the Memorial Day. I'm performing on Memorial fucking Day.
Sunday is packed because Monday's day
But it's
off.
3 shows on Memorial Day.
Yeah, right.
I got to do 3 shows.
Right.
This is one of his shits. He'd love it. You got to go through it. Right? So tell my people, like, I can't do it. I just want to go to sleep. I didn't drink, nothing. Some say, Ray, you got to go.
Let me stop you right there. But that's what I said earlier. The Most High will test you before he gives you your blessing. The Most High will say, you in on this 100%? This is your life you want right here 100%? I'm going to take your pops. Now show me you really want this. I'm going to take your pops. Now show me. Now it's Sunday and it's 3 shows. What you going to do? Show me and then you get your blessing.
So
that's what he did with me. That's what he did with you.
So I perform and I'm shaking my hands. I'm like, because, the energy is going crazy and people, the first joke I say, like, what up? And they laugh. And I'm like, the fuck they laughing for? I'm really angry.
Yeah.
It's okay for us to say, this is the moment when you angry now. Now you angry, not at the people, but you fucking angry.
Just at life.
Right? Because he's gone.
Yeah,
5 minutes, I'm talking to him, ooh, neurologist come in, say we're gonna see if he can do it on his own. 5 minutes, he was like this table, hard like that. His veins were soaked like knuckles. He was dead, the rigor mortis set in that fucking quick. My little sister had to pick her up. Come on, we gotta get up. Come on, let's go. He's straight now.
Yeah.
That's what Alpha Nation is. When the bullshit come, we gotta be able to fight through it.
Right.
Right? So when we fight through this shit, and even though the people is like, great show, they don't know you struggling.
They don't know.
They don't know you struggling, they don't know I'm struggling. Any dude out here that got a father, love on him while he here.
Absolutely.
But dude, you got 35.
Yeah.
You got 35.
How many you get?
I got 18.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I told you this story. I'm in high school. I'm playing ball, I'm funny, the chicks love me, the gangster niggas fuck with me because I can ball. I'm skipping classes, I'm back in the back of the school playing ball. We playing ball for money. I come to school one day with $20, I leave with $400 because we just ran a full. We ran 4 fulls and betting. I'm going home, didn't go to 1 class, got money in my pocket, I'm good. Get home, Pops is like, yo, listen, man, your teachers are calling, saying you're not going to class. Come on, man.
It's not what I want for you.
I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, come on, man, I'm good. Like, get off my back, you know what I'm saying? I got 18, bruh. I had to go to summer school every year, every summer. 9th grade, I went to 9th grade, then 9th grade summer school. 10th grade, 10th grade summer school. 11th grade, 11th grade summer school. 12th grade, senior year, my mother thinks I'm graduating on time because I wasn't telling them I was going to summer school. I'm the middle child, so I had that it's 10 of us.
Yeah.
So I had that leeway. I had that leeway to just disappear and they'd be like, where Tony at? I was at summer school trying to get my shit back in order so I can graduate on time. So senior year, my mother thinks I'm graduating on time. I'm not. So 12th grade, I had to go to summer school again. I didn't get my diploma until the next year, first day of school. Damn. By this time, my pops is sick. You know the story.
Yeah.
My pops is sick. I come home to my mother, got an envelope behind my back. This is how crazy. My mother is sitting on the couch nursing my father. And I go, Ma, I got something. And she goes, this how I knew I was a fucked up kid.
Yeah.
I was a fucked up son. I got my diploma behind my back, and I go, Ma, I got something for you. And she goes, oh God, she goes, I'm not in the mood for nothing else. What is it? Like, that showed me like her expectation was something
So
bad.
low, yeah.
Was something bad.
Yeah.
And she's like nursing my father, giving him water, make sure he good, towel on his forehead. And I'm like, my diploma. And my mother jumps up off that couch, bro, like it was a fucking ejection seat. Like she was off the couch like, oh my God. It was the last thing she expected me to have, was a diploma.
That was big.
Yeah.
And my pop, one
Yeah,
second.
go ahead.
My pops is hurting. So he's on the couch like in pain, and he just looks at the diploma and looks at me and goes like this, and shakes my hand. I never got to hug my father
Gangsta
for
shit.
graduating high school. He just goes like this and shakes my hand.
He
He had an ulcer that burst, and he had diabetes. So the ulcer conflicted with the diabetes. The diabetes conflicted with the ulcer. So he's laying there, internal bleeding, and he just went like this. That's all he could do, was shake my hand. I never got to hug my father. I never got a gift. I never got a congratulations, son. All he did was and shook my hand.
You know what's so crazy as his brother? I can't, he's so focused and so committed to being successful.
Right.
I can't even imagine him being a fuck up. So when he be telling me these stories, he'd be like, really? You used to be wild like that?
I went so far this way that now I'm going so far this way.
And,
Gotcha.
and to both of you guys, and I've told Tony this, because I went through what I went through, for you guys who don't know my story, is I lost both my parents in a car accident. So I didn't have that moment with my father even for 10 seconds to say goodbye or to hold his hand or anything. And I'm not saying my pain is any greater
Pain is pain.
than you. Pain is pain, man. And I tell friends, like when they call me, they're like, man, but what you went through is way worse. Like, no, man, losing somebody you love is painful, no matter if you knew they was dying of cancer or if it happened suddenly like it happened for me. And I remember getting the phone call from my sister. You know, like we talking about alpha male, my sister's an alpha female. And she held the family together. Like she's the rugged, raw, no chaser, and I'm the one who people call and have conversations with or whatever. She'll do the business part, I'll do the emotional part. And I remember I was producing a movie at the time, a short, funded out of my own pocket. And I got the phone call. I was with Buddy Lewis. That's one reason why me and Buddy Lewis are so
Gary,
close. 'Cause-
Indiana.
Yeah, because I had Buddy playing a part in my short, and it was based on a joke that I used to do that's been stolen many times by many comedians. But anyway, it was a short that I was doing, and the day before we shot, we were doing last minute pre-production stuff, and I got a call from my sister, and I'll never forget it. We're all about to rehearse. I'm like, oh, it's my sister. I pick up the phone like, what you want? And she goes, and she said my full name. She said, Ruben? I said, hey, she never calls me Ruben. She was like, Mama and Daddy were in a car accident. I said, really? She said, yeah, don't panic. I said, don't panic? She said, yeah. She's like, they can't find Daddy. And I go, what do you mean they can't find Daddy? She said, but Mama's in the hospital. We need to go. Long story short, I had a mentor, bought me and my sister tickets. We flew to Miami immediately. And my mom was in the hospital. And we found out when we landed that my father died at the scene. My mother survived. She lost one arm. She was in critical condition, but the doctors thought she would survive. And I'm telling you guys all this to say, when you're going through loss or any traumatic situation, it's unexplainable.
Yeah.
But how you respond on the other side of it is what is going to determine who you are as a man or as a woman and how you can give back to other people. Because the pain I was going through was so much, for some reason I felt that, okay, I can use this pain to help other people. So that's why if I'm having a conversation with Tony, or if I'm having a conversation with you, or if I'm having a conversation with a friend of mine who just lost their father, they feel comfortable calling me because I've been where they've been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anything that we go through in life, we can be a blessing to other people. And when he talked about how God tests you, I remember after my mother died the day of my mother died the day of my dad's funeral. So imagine burying your mother, you're walking back to the car, your phone rings, it's the hospital. Hey, just want to let you know that your mom passed. So now, as everybody's walking to their car, in your mind you're going, we about to do this whole thing again next week for my mother. So after all that was over, what do you know what to do as a comic? Or as a man, or how our fathers raised us, I got to go back to work. And I remember walking into the Laugh Factory, and it's just like, you know, you see movies and the record, the DJ stops the record and everything just pauses. Yeah. I remember walking into the Laugh Factory and everybody just stopped. Like, what are you doing here? Because they had heard about what happened. I'm like, I'm here to do comedy. And Jamie came up to me, he's like, oh, buddy, you okay? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I want to do my spot. I don't remember the spot.
Right.
I don't remember what I said. I do remember having a good set because people's like, yo, that was, but you just go back to what you know to do.
That's
what
comfort
your parents,
in what you're familiar with.
What you're familiar with and what your father would want you to do. What your father would want you to do is like, hey man, get back to work.
Right.
And that's all I knew to do. But the decision that I made is anything that I go through, whether it's the loss of my parents, shit that you go through in the industry, people promising you things and don't coming through, whatever the heartache that we go through, if I've gone through it, I want to share that with somebody so they don't have to deal with what I've dealt with, or show them how to manage it if they have to go through it. Right. And I think that's our responsibility as alpha males, to pass it not only to our sons, but to our fellow man, how to persevere through adversity.
And you know what? Let me just piggyback on that real quick before you go. One of the things that I learned was it's like you going through that, you losing your pops, me losing my pops. It's what was the point I was trying to make? I just had it, and I lost it while you were talking. It's damn, what was I about to say?
All you got to do is think of Julius, because you know what he would say.
What
Your father was no nonsense, man.
My pops was hardcore. My pops was, but this is the thing.
The work ethic he had. Tell him about.
No, my pops worked 2 full-time jobs. Everybody know that. My father worked 80 hours a week. But this is the point I was going to make.
80.
My father worked 80 hours a week. That's a lot. The point I was going to make was that, like how you felt and how you felt and how you felt, it's like that's why I am the way I am, because of the losses I've had in my life. And what I mean by that is this. People wait until they're in this situation that we're talking about to tell a person, hey man, I'm sorry, I love you, or hey, I feel for you if you need anything. But I think that's why people feel so badly or feel so much gravity when they lose somebody, is because they realize I never told that person. I never got to talk to that person how I think I should have talked to that person.
Yes.
I never got to tell that person what I think I should have told that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why, if you ever see me, like just earlier tonight, you said, yo, man, y'all love each other. You said that earlier tonight.
Yes,
You know why? Because I never, ever hesitate to tell him how much I love him.
Yeah.
I
Same here.
never.
Ever.
Phone call. Yo, I love you, man.
Yeah.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
I see him on the street, driving down the street. Yo, Rube, what you doing? Yo, all right, yo, I love you, boy.
Love you, boy.
All right, boy. So that way, if anything ever happens to me, or anything ever happens to him,
Never have to guess.
there will never be I feel so bad. It will be like, yo, I knew exactly how that dude felt about me. He knew exactly how I felt about him. And I think that's what the pain comes from, is that, damn, I spent all this time around this person. These hours, these days, these months, these years, and I never said to that person, to their face, what they meant to me, how I felt about them. And so me and him, Dude, it's so evident. Me and Quan, yo, I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
Get home safe. I love you. Yo, I love you. Thank you so much. It ain't about what they did or material things or monetary things. It's from my heart to your heart. I genuinely love you.
Yeah.
If I ever, God forbid, most high willing, I live 1,000 years. But when I'm gone, if Rube still get to live further on after me, he'll be at my funeral like this. I'm good.
Yeah,
Because I know exactly how that man felt about me.
And getting back to
And that's part of the pain. People got to get out of that and let people know while they're here, while they can smell the flowers or get their accolades. Yo, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good thing. So we're going to wrap up the show.
Go.
No, we good. Hold on.
Yeah.
So I want to say this. Thank you, Ruben, Paul, Tony Rock. Thank you.
Brother.
Absolutely, bro.
For, amazing episode. Right.
Best episode ever.
Best episode
This
ever.
one is going to mend bullshit.
Yeah.
This
Hopefully.
This would put empathy out there.
Yeah.
This would put a lot of questions in the atmosphere.
Yeah. Hopefully other comics see this and go, yo, you know what? I should reach out to so-and-so. Whoever,
Absolutely.
whether it's one of us three or not. Yo, you know what? It's bigger than the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And we're talking about the alpha male brand, and
Yeah.
I talk about like just getting rid of some of those stereotypes. And as men, to be able to say, yo, dude, I love you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
It's something that our generation really didn't grow up with.
Nah.
Right.
I'm
Tough love.
literally trying to, and we all know I love my father, but I can't remember how many times he actually told me, Ruben, I knew he loved me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But to articulate those words, Ruben, I love you. Of course he said it, but it ain't like he told me every day.
That was that era, though. That was that
that's
era.
that era. He's gonna tell his son that every day.
Every day.
I'm gonna tell Charleston that as his godfather every time I'm with him and I see him. I'm like that with Lionel B's son. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, what's up, VJ? How you doing?
We're getting to wrap it up. We're getting to wrap it up. Go.
So
Go.
with all that being said, even with some of my friends that I know that are uncomfortable with hearing I love you, I say it anyway, and I think it's important to break down those barriers and understand that we need to support each other and people need to know how you feel instead of crying at your casket when they never got a chance to say anything.
Boom.
Yo,
Boom.
this is Ray Grady, Ruben Paul, thank you guys. Tony Rock, thank you. It's Alpha Nation, we back. Salute.
But the scent of your perfume was still